I used to play a game when I was younger, like an actual game in real life, and I know this might sound a little weird, but I used to hide from cars. I would run through the streets, alleys, and parking lots, trying to get from one point to another to a made-up safe zone without any car's headlights ever touching me. It was weirdly exhilarating. I was imagining that they were some kind of autonomous drones or creatures that if they saw me, I'd be done for. And while this game was just in my head, or whoever I played it with, I always wished that I could play it for real. And then one day, I did. Arc Raiders, developed by Embark Studios, it made a splash on the scene. It was alluring. It hit viscerally for a wider audience than I think even the developers anticipated. But why? The game grabbed people in this way not because it looked, sounded, or played better than others, not because it finally did justice a certain game mode people were looking for. It hit because of something much deeper, something that we all experience without ever realizing it. Now, if we want to talk about gamification of a more complex idea, look no further than Boot.dev, who are the sponsor of today's video. Now, this is seriously my favorite sponsor to have on here. We've talked about them before, and I have legitimately suggested them to people IRL multiple times, and you can use my code right now for 25% off a whole year of their service by following the link in the description. What it is, essentially, Boot.dev is a full-on course in practical career-oriented backend development skills, all gamified through the idea of an RPG, where you get rewarded and encouraged to learn and complete lessons day to day in things like Python, Go, and Linux, which is the one that I've been cracking away at. This service is not some kind of fast-track loophole or get-rich-quick scheme. It sets you up with 12 months worth of material, all designed to teach you real skills that you will need for a career in this field, a field that is quite lucrative, by the way. It's honestly extremely rewarding, addicting, and completely friendly to someone with little to no experience with coding, and yes, I am absolutely speaking for myself here. If you wanted to start your journey in coding and backend dev, but never really known where to start or even had the motivation, Boot.dev is the perfect thing for you. So hit that link in the description or pinned comment and use my code for 25% off your first payment. That's a whole year if you go with the annual plan, by the way. Thank you so much again to Boot.dev for supporting the channel today. An extraction shooter. Get in, collect stuff, and get out. A gameplay loop that many are now familiar and possibly a bit tired with. It's the epitome of risk-reward cycle gamified, and inherent to the genre is this element of stealth gameplay, but not quite in the normal sense. Stealth games, of course originating with Metal Gear and the like in the 1980s, are often centered around espionage, spycraft, and covert themes. Get in, execute a task, and get out without being detected. But games with stealth elements aren't always stealth games. In some games, you want to stay stealthy because it provides you an advantage, control over your situation over the battlefield, and in some games, you stay quiet because you just can't handle what happens if you don't. The feeling of being outmatched, it's one of my favorite little reverse power fantasies in media. Take in the Forever Winter. You scavenge active battlefields between massive mechanized armies, always trying to worm your way around the pace of the battlefield, in between skirmishes. Inspired in part chillingly by real-life warfare, your safest path is always to never make yourself the threat, to simply not be worth the ammunition. In Rain World, you fill a similar role in a living natural ecosystem, its own battlefield of sorts, making your way past predators and prey alike. Both of these games contain stealth elements that go beyond slinking behind an enemy's detection radius. In many cases, your goal in these games isn't to not be detected, it's to be less of a target than something else. The Arc machines in Arc Raiders, however, they have no equal targets. In this deeply post-society world, this post-apocalypse as they call it, they do one thing. They patrol. It's why, in my first seconds of stepping into it, the game reminded me of my little imaginary car game. That feeling of slinking around, of trying to avoid an undiscerning predator's line of sight. And it also immediately reminded me of another world, that of Oblivion. The 2013 Tom Cruise film, which takes place in a similar setting, a post-apocalyptic Earth eroded almost beyond recognition, it has some of my favorite villains in sci-fi ever, the drones. utterly robotic, emotionless, mindless killers. They just feel dangerous, and almost entirely for one sole reason: the way that they sound. Oblivion's sound design stuck with me for years after seeing the strange little gem of a movie, and so will that of the Ark. Their calls and roars of curiosity, warning, or aggression. The sounds of them idly on the prowl. The sound of the world in general. I did an entire video discussing Ark's audio design and mastering, in which I suggest you watch if you haven't, but the real important point is, like every example I've given, Ark's design is telling us something. Everything echoes across its spaces, creates this feeling of a world untamed. You are but a small part in it, and an insignificant one. It's the same feeling that Rainworld gives me, a world with a life of its own, and Ark's procedural animation system only furthers that connection, by the way. The creatures that roam the surface, they feel alive, they feel animalistic with minds of their own. They remind you that you don't belong here, and at every moment that you stay on the surface, you're risking your life. This world exists without you and immediately against you if you test it. If you're on the surface, you're living on borrowed time. So what is it about that that's so alluring? What is this feeling that I yearn for when hiding from cars' headlights like tiger's eyes in the night? Why does being prey feel so exciting? Oh my god. Because it's more than stealth. It goes beyond the risk and reward balance the extraction shooter genre so often is whittled down to. I honestly think, and hear me out here, that it goes a lot deeper. To something before video games, and hell, before media at all. Our ancestors, they were hunters, gatherers, but they were also hunted themselves. We arose as a species in a world out of our control. In our earliest forms, we did not own our territory, our land. We crawled out of our caves, collected and killed what we could, and tried our best to make it back before sundown. We did this, or we died. When I played my little hiding from cars game as a kid, I did it because it was fun. It was an adrenaline kick. But why? Fear, one of our strongest, simplest emotions, is actually a bit of a contentious idea in scholarship. What really is fear? Is it an instinct, a societal construct, a name that we give to a certain neurotransmitter response to stimuli? Are certain fears primal, inherent to the human condition? The subject is entirely more complicated than I have the time to investigate today, but we do know this. People, some more than others, like feeling fear. We enjoy it. We seek it because it serves us. And it always has. As pack animals, as hunters, our ancestors' ability to fear that which threatened their lives allowed them to survive. And yet, the more we risked, the tougher battles we took on, the more we were able to conquer fear, the more we gained. With that adrenaline kick that comes from running and hiding, or standing and fighting, comes dopamine. To be brave, to conquer fear, we are literally rewarded for it. But in today's world, we're safer than we've ever been. We have no natural predators anymore. We needn't hunt or gather to avoid starvation, yet we need that adrenaline, that hit of dopamine. It's why some of us become thrill seekers. We put ourselves in danger meaninglessly, or we seek experiences which more harmlessly recreate that feeling. We don't understand fully the science behind it, but to some degree, our brains yearn for that primal experience of threat, risk-taking, and survival to function normally. To some degree, for some of us more than others, the feeling that we've conquered our fears is what makes us feel alive. And Ark recreates that scenario perfectly. A primal, mysterious world untamed, filled with potential bounties to be collected, with roaming beasts to hide from, to hunt or be hunted by, where every human is weak on their own and stronger in numbers, where vigilance is key and safety is never guaranteed. All so that when the time is right, when the risk equals the reward, you can slink back into your cave before the predators once again own the wilderness. You get to live one more day.
Okay, we should go now.
Okay.
Now. We head for departures hatch is closest. Rocketeer on the right, so I say we go left.
Oh God, when you said on the right, you weren't kidding.
Oh no, yeah, I mean like, yeah.
He sees me, I think. I don't know. I'm over encumbered, you guys, so I'm gonna be slower than you guys. Oh, they're targeting me.
Oh, brother.
Okay, taking an adrenaline.
You get to us?
We're running. I can't sprint at all, so.
I'm using another adrenaline.
Oh my God, Rocketeer, fuck.
Uh-huh.
Holy shit, fellas, I'm just running.
I think we might be dead here. I gotta run inside, dude.
Yeah, I need you to live. You got the key, man.
Oh God, which way are we going? Which way are we going?
It's either one. Dude, pick one of them. Just get to one of them.
I'm going blue.
Holy shit, the Rocketeer.
Ooh, he's on top of me. I'm going down this thing, whatever this is.
Right,
I don't know what that is. I went down a thing. There's a thing right here. Jump down. God, dude.
Oh my God.
It's just pain. I can't claim that there's some science to my idea here, that there's an innate human need to recreate this ancestral experience of a hunter-gatherer lifestyle, but there is something that attracts us to that primal need for the thrill of exploration, of leaving your den to venture the wilds and making it back home safely. Making it somewhere you shouldn't, hunting certain beasts and waiting for others to pass, and eventually, with time and practice and the support of the pack, of teamwork, learning that you can beat them. This, in my opinion, is the simplest yet most impactful thing that Ark Raiders did. It makes you feel small. The inclusion of monsters to hide from, predators that are just part of the ecosystem, ultimately immovable and constant, a PvE space that is actually tough to survive on its own. Predators in this sandbox can be the catalyst for anything. They make quiet moments tense. They make loud moments terrifying. In some cases, it can be a bit morbidly comical. You hear all this?
Yeah, what is that? The next year?
God damn, dude, listen to that. Okay, there's a bunch of Ark, they're aggroed. They're shooting it. Oh, it's a freaking big, dude. Rocketeer, he is rocketing at someone right now. I see the guy.
Oh.
I see the player. He's still alive, but he's getting wrecked. Raider. Yeah, there he goes. He's running. He's running for his life. Look at him go. Oh, he died! And in other cases, you can use them to your advantage. Okay, see this guy? Not easy, is it? I was also gonna see if I could shoot at the spider. So they're gonna come up, you guys. Oh, but the spider's on him. Spider's on him. Go, spider, go, spider. The spider's coming for him. Oh, the spider's coming for him. The spider's on him. Oh, the spider's on him. Okay, he's inside. He's inside. He's inside. When you're at the bottom of the food chain, when you're being chased by a bear, you don't need to be faster than it. You just need to be faster than the guy next to you. Somebody just died? Really nearby to me. Oh, that's 100% a player over here. Okay. I'm leaving. I have an absolutely gigantic freak coming after me. Oh my god, there's no way it's actually going away. Oh, there's another guy. There's no freaking way. Oh my god, it killed somebody. So, what is this feeling? This fantasy? What made me create a game in my head hiding from predators in the night? What makes a game like Ark feel so instinctually exciting? I think it's the deepest truth of human nature, the reality of those we are descended from, fictionalized and gamified. The ultimate power fantasy. Not of being the biggest and baddest out there, of being strong, but rather of being weak and coming out on top anyway. I'm Riloe, and I like to talk about things that I think are cool. Subscribe for more like this, and I will see you next time.